of the members. 7 of the 11-member board have served over 11 years, and the recommended term limit is 3 terms of 3 years, so many of them had exceeded that anyway. So on all of those issues, it was important to establish whether the Sport Ireland, the body that's tasked with funding and governance and oversight in the FAI board.
Yes, but the role of Sport Ireland when it comes to the FAI is in relation to government grant funding, which is that's where its remit ends. And the FAI, John Tracy revealed, has been repeatedly audited by Sport Ireland, but only to ensure that the money it gets from government is being properly used. And he made clear at the hearing yesterday and on several other occasions that he believes that the association would good value for money, that the money that is being provided is being used for the purposes that it's being provided for. So what is it that Sport Ireland have found that worries?
In fact, because part of the terms and conditions of grant approval are that you have to notify Sport Ireland in writing without delay if there's any information of your financial position, and in this instance the FAI board did not do that. So that's a clear part of the terms and conditions. So without anything else, they appear to have breached that.
The FAI replied to Sport Ireland yesterday to say that they will provide details on the €100,000 loan. This is the loan made by John Delaney to the association 2 years ago. They say once the Mazars review is completed, they may very well give you the same response when they come before your committee next week.
Well, yes, and Sport Ireland didn't accept that the FAI can't give the information before the review is complete. The questions are straightforward, all of those that I've outlined, and there doesn't appear to be any reason as to why they couldn't. I mean, you would imagine if the bridging loan was because of the financial difficulties, as they've stated, that would be clear enough cut, and there would be no delay in furnishing that information to Sport Ireland or indeed the Transport Committee.
Sorry,
in
Madam
advance.
Minister. What will you do if they do give you that response next week and say that Mazars haven't completed their review and we'll let you know when they've finished?
Well, I mean, that'll be totally unsatisfactory.
But what can you do?
Well, I mean, the matter for sanctions, etc., is up to Sport Ireland. The committee wants to get answers to these questions, but when it comes to implementing sanctions, that's down to Sports Ireland. But certainly it would paint the FAI board in a very, very bad light. The fact that they've had several weeks now to bring forth that information and they haven't done. But it'll raise more serious questions too, that they're unable to answer these questions. Financial loan and the fact that they haven't complied with the...
Can anybody get onto the pet farm out in fucking Boulogne? There's a plane heading for it. Amsterdam to Holguin
next week. Is that
right? That's right. Yes, yeah.
It's a plane full of drugs. Probably it's a Dreamliner. Yet again, we've got another Dreamliner on our hands.
8:25.
And now to change in the Gardaí. In future, officers will be allowed to wear turbans and hijabs as part of their uniform. The Garda Commissioner, Drew Harris, said the Gardaí needed to become a more diverse organisation.
Not something I wanted to do, but I mean, it just
Paul Reynolds is on the line. Paul, as recently as 2016, the Gardaí said there wouldn't be any change. So why is this happening now?
Well, I think they feel of Irish society. I mean, there are 14,000.
Good morning there, Owen O'Neill, Owen O'Sullivan, Larry Anthony,
so this
homeless Gavin McInnes,
with a difference designed to encourage candidates from minority communities. They are now to consider alterations to the Garda uniform to take into account religious and ethnic requirements. For the first time, the Garda are going to allow Muslims,
Jiggy McHugh, Max Atwood,
hijab, and Hindus to wear the turban. It'll be interesting to see, however, how the Garda deal with the issue of the kirpan. The kirpan sword or a small dagger, which members of the Sikh community wear and must wear as part of their religion. It's one of 5 articles of faith, and that proved a stumbling block 10 years ago when this was mooted that Sikhs should also be allowed.
I don't know where Hogg is.
The Gardaí
No kid, 3 money. I don't know where Hogg is.
A Sikh man a number of years back, a man who was told that he couldn't wear a turban.
Yeah, there was a case, and it went to the High Court. My understanding is that the state won the
Daniel
case in
Collins,
the High Court.
how are you from New York? How are you?
Supreme Court, but as is the
how are you? How are you from New York, man? How are you?
Uniform rules as is, but the Gardaí have now moved ahead of that judgment and decided
We've got a bad boy going over
Caherpeak. And there are a number of reasons for doing
bad
this.
boy. He's in Amsterdam. He's been in Amsterdam for the weekend.
They also say the changes to the Garda uniform and recruitment
policy,
and
he's still there, and it's Thursday.
Are in line with police
he needs
forces
to get out.
All over the world.
He needed to get the fuck out of there. He needed to walk away from it.
I mean, these people.
I've been in Amsterdam for too long. I need to walk the hell away from it. Look
if you take, for example, there are no Muslims at the moment in the Gardaí, but recruiting people from that religion who speak Arabic.
Gort is under siege yet again.
Of Islamic fundamentalism.
Islamic fundamentalism and London to Washington.
There's no Muslims in the Gardaí, and there's no Hindus in the Gardaí
at this moment in time.
Right.
We can't
so
really tell
we're looking or could be looking at substantial change.
Yeah, I mean, and there is change, but it's coming very slowly.
United Airlines flight 123.
There were 14
I repeat, United Airlines flight 123. This baby is going north of Gort.
200 people, so that makes about 7% of the number of people from different communities. But these are people who are mainly Eastern European. There were people from Latvia, from Poland, those type of countries.
Brainschlug, how are you? Thanks very much for that, Brainschlug. You say the early snake says your old lady's a worm.
The numbers are small, and this campaign is an attempt to grow this.
Yeah.
On an entirely separate
you know me too well.
There's a controversy involving a Garda who ended up in a
Daniel Collins was about to sleep out in New York, the city that never sleeps. But now he'll have to stay awake forever.
This was a disciplinary process which has not yet come to an end, but a decision had been made. The Garda was basically, his behaviour was of a sexual nature, and it was filmed and posted online. Now, the Garda was wearing an official jacket with a Garda logo. He was in the footage with a woman who was not a Garda. The Garda's face was not shown, but an official marked Garda patrol car was also seen in the film, and I understand that the registration number or part of it was visible, and that's how the Garda was identified after an investigation was commenced. Now, the Garda, who's based in the south of the country, was suspended. Disciplinary proceedings ensued. An internal tribunal found him guilty of bringing the force into disrepute, and it recommended that he be fined 2 weeks' wages. However, the Garda Commissioner refused to accept this. Drew Harris rejected the recommendation of the tribunal, and he wrote to the Garda, offering him the option of resigning from the force.
A sexual guard, by Diddy is right, a sexual guard. Now, this is the guard who had sex with a porn star in the guard car. Is that the crack?
Keep your job as a Garda. Now, the Garda has 10 days to respond to the Commissioner's letter, but he can also appeal his case to an appeals board.
Paul, thank you for joining us this morning. Our crime correspondent, Paul Reynolds, will have news and sport after a short break.
Drive the new Hyundai.
The HPV vaccine is...
All right, got that one wrong.
Try the new HPV vaccine.
Make sure you get your second dose.
First dose
this
but
year.
If your daughter missed out, she can still get it now. Visit the HSE's hpv.ie website, the only World Health Organization approved website in Ireland for all the facts about the HPV.
I had to turn that down, man. It's annoying. Your future in our hands.
Conor Fowler, Sexual Garda, one of Marvin Gaye's lesser-known hits. When I get that feeling, I want sexual Garda. Brr, brr, brr. The skies are relatively empty this morning as we look upon Connacht, and it's absolute emptiness. It's beautiful emptiness. There is no confusion here. There is no confusion in the skies above. Lies in the skies. And then we go over here, look. Do you want to live there, do you? Oh, wait a sec. We compare that to that. Ain't no contest, baby. There's no one fucking up my sky. Ain't no one gonna fuck up my sky. Like, what is everyone underneath all that experiencing? Like, what are the knock-on effects? And I'm not a conspiracy wingnut theorist or anything, but surely there has to be something fucking bad about being under all that. I suppose if you think about it, the airplane fucking fuel smog is probably zilch compared to all the vehicles on land and factory shite. But I mean, still, it can't be good. Which is why I think the air is cleaner out here. Nice and clean. Good morning, Lunatic. Good morning, Mellow. Kev O'Shea. No kids free money. I'll be keeping the 5G out of the fucking everywhere, man. Pa O'Connor, how are you? Fresh trim. Got it done about a week ago, but it's good to hear that, man. Thanks very much. Stephen Martinez, where's Mercedes? I don't know. You need to check out your local Mercedes dealership. Prices start at a startling 59,000. Although I'm sure you can get models for a lot cheaper than that. But you know, if you want to look like a big swinging dick, then you probably want to be buying one of those top models. What are the Mercs, the ones that you'd get in Gran Turismo that have like a 3 letters like GSM or GLX or they have like a special badge on them, and they go like the fucking hounds of hell. Jonathan Shorthall, you selling the kids, are you? Rory Christie, how are you, man? Long time no see. Notifications going off at this hour, yeah. Well, the thing is, Rory, the sky never sleeps. Right now, we've got some absolute chancer making his way across Galway. Fucking size of that, man. Size of that. New York, JFK, John fucking Kennedy boy. All the way over to the dam. 747 406. KLM are a good airline. They're a good airline. They're a great airline. Nice staff, friendly staff. Had the pleasure of going on a KLM flight once, and I tell you something, really put everyone else to shame. No offense to Aer Lingus, they do a great job, but KLM, unbeatable. And the way they treat you as a passenger as well, it's not like you're a bit of sheep or cattle. You also get unlimited. If you're on one of the fucking long haul jobs, they'll just let you keep going to the fucking fridge for even if you're one of the economy class, which is what I was flying. Even if you're just an economy class weasel, they still kept letting me go and get more little cans of Heineken, and it was fucking. I think it was free. Moo Moo Land. Mr. Scruffy, how are you? Thanks very much, Scruff.
No gate.
Dutch class, yeah, Dutch class. Dutch. Philip Beatty, your messages keep getting shadow banned because you're using the word pussy. And I've seen 3 of your messages all relative to what the different types of pussy are in London, Connacht and Dutch and Holland. There's a filter on the Google chat there, so you can't really use fucking curse words and bad stuff like that. Don't be going on that it's too sensitive or anything like that. I mean, I do enough cursing myself without it being fucking written on the screen, like, you know. And there's something even more offensive about seeing a curse word written than there is hearing it. I think. I might be wrong. The Keen BA, KLM Pipe McGonigal is right, yeah. How are you, Eggboy 2K8? Good. Heading 5 lights. Heading to see your boy Owen in Cork tonight. You're gonna go see Owen, are you? Well, I hope you have a good night. He's a fucking funny fucker. I can't get down to Cork. I'm busy protecting the skies at the moment. And it's a service for everyone else. Philip Beatty, apologies for that. I get like this sometimes. What, at fucking 20 to 9 on a Thursday morning? The weekend is approaching, Philip. Is that it? You can feel it. You've got the Friday feeling, hey. You should go to sleep, upon. Yeah, this is breakfast time here, man. Breakfast time back home, hey. Conor O'Donnell, shout out to Tom Dillon. Tom Dillon. Shout out to you. Who's this?
It's a moment to cherish for the South Korean. Senior goal in Tottenham's new stadium.
Yeah, it wasn't a classic goal, but it's an historic goal. The other goal in the second half came from Christian Eriksen to secure the victory, which lifts them back into third place.
Who was at Man City, was it? Philip, tell your moderators to stop being such a gang of pussies. There aren't any moderators, Philip. There are no fucking moderators. Aidan Ruth, getting deployed to Afghan tomorrow. Last video I'm watching before I leave for a while. Love you, man. Buy the new Mercedes. You're not going to fucking Afghanistan, are you? Can you not watch this in Afghanistan if you are going? Simon Doyle, good morning. It's a breakfast roll. I wasn't up all night, Keith. I'm just up. It's not too late to start studying for the French oral tomorrow, Sean. In my opinion, the day before is probably the best time to start. That's what I did. And look at me now, man. I'm looking at fucking planes on a map. I'm sure this skill will be of use to someone somewhere. And I say skill. There's no fucking skill in it. Kinnegad Airlines. Aidan Ruth, I wish you all the best. And safe journey and fucking stay safe.
Mellon, Faugheen and Super Sunday lead. On
Faugheen is running, lads. Faugheen is running.
Thanks a million, Des. Now, a hard Brexit could cause delays at Dublin Port.
Get down to the bookies and gamble it all away. Faheen is running.
That's the stark warning this morning by one of the country's top industries.
I don't know fuck all about horse racing, to be honest. And it's funny how, like, little nuggets of knowledge, like a horse's name or even a player's name, will get you through a conversation with people you don't know, like, you know. I hear Faheen's running this week. Oh, yeah, a great horse, yeah. Yeah, that's a great horse, isn't it? Oh, fucking great horse, yeah. Yeah, Faheen's a great horse. Fucking great horse. I might throw a few quid on Faheen later on. Oh, you fucking should, yeah. Alright, see you later. I mean, obviously the conversation wouldn't be like that. It would go in other directions, but I mean, it's just bullshit talk. Blagging. 9 to 4 blagging. Pure blag talk. There's a few Ruby Walsh horses running today. Oh yeah. Gordon Elliott jab. Gordon Elliott's some man for the horses. Oh, he's fucking mighty. Just say Willie Mullins in the pub and you're sorted. It's like letting off a fucking magnet bomb for like people just to come and chat to you like fucking horse racing orbiters. 9 to 4. Did well at the Champions Hurdle last week. You'd do well to back him to fucking fall. You'd do well to back him to fall. If he'd have came in, I would have had the house bought. Jesus, Michael O'Leary is some horse. Shout out to Amy McCoy from Daniel Long. Vulcan Raven. Thanks very much, Vulcan Raven. Giant and Shaman, is it? Charles de Gaulle to JFK is just about to hit Island 80. It's gonna hit Newport fairly soon as well. Hopefully everyone in Slogger is okay. Big shout out to the Slogger crew. Tommy Swords, how are you? Growlcore, 7 to 4. Shout out to Sean Clafferty and all the lads in Gorta Hork. Yeah, Sane man, how are you? I should have done that in the Almere, you're right. You're fucking right. You're fucking right. Any cracking Cody's, Sane man? We in Cody's lately. I hear Enda Kenny goes into Cody's, is he? Or is that a myth?
Damaging for this company and agricultural. Oh, if England get a cough, we get the flu, and that's what's going to happen. But we're going to get pneumonia this time because we're not going to walk out of this. Peter
Cahill, how are you? Thanks very much. It was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it, that is. He's great. He's fucking great. Flying Derry to Liverpool today, any tips? Flying anxiety? No, Michael, but we will track you. You are going to be tracked. Make sure you understand that.
The
Ray D'Arcy Show.
Jasper Carrot.
Good afternoon, Ray. How are you?
I didn't know that you were involved in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
This guy came to us with this idea of doing a quiz show where the money would be £1 million. It took us 3 years to get it onto television because everybody said the same thing. Game shows are dead in the water. It has become the most successful game show ever in the world, and I was a part of it.
The Ray D'Arcy Show on RTE Radio 1.
The Ray D'Arcy Show on RTE Radio 1 with All Care Pharmacy. Expert advice to keep the whole family healthy. And All Care, the largest Irish-owned pharmacy brand.
The Ray D'Arcy Pharmacy.
You know, when doing the weekly
The Ray D'Arcy.
Produced here in Ireland, like these Kiltafeely.
The Ray D'Arcy Pharmacy Show, sponsored by Hyundai. Because you deserve a car that understands you. Cody's crack is mighty, saying man. Stevie B, you've got a son. Kingster 20, how are you? It's a breakfast roll. Black puddings in the roll is right, yeah. Pawn, I have my crew in India watching you to let me know if anything untoward goes on. It's almost 4 a.m. where I live and I'm watching the Viper. Fair fucks to you, man. I did get the role in Centra, Daniel, yeah. Still no sub to flight radar, you tight get. Yeah, but I mean, what do you get for the fucking what do you get for the subscription to flight radar that you don't get? Do you get to see inside the cockpits? Private Fearless. Who the hell are you, man, with your tick? You're verified. Can you get me a tick? Can you, Private? Do you have to be fearless or do you have to keep your private? What's the story with that? Are you a private kind of person or? Peugeot of Charlieville. It's a bit too crispy, actually, Connor, yeah. What happened with the Rio game? I had to leave when you were doing the pass near the ending. Fuck me, man. That was the worst game I've ever played. Like, the worst section of any game I've ever played. It just, the path kept going on. And what a disappointing ending to the whole fucking thing. The whole shenanigans, like, building up towards this fight with the man who killed your father. And what are you left with? A wander down different converging pathways. And you stare at the water and you're like, oh, the water is nice. Let's contemplate the water and look at the fish and see how it changes colour with the changing of the sun and the time of the day. It's fucking shite, man. And then you get to like some tree, and this blossom tree, and it's like, the girl's like, oh, you can rest here for the night, get the head down, and then we'll have a look at the tree tomorrow. I'm like, I don't care, man. I don't care about your fucking tree, hey. Like, where's the fucking fella who killed the owl lad? I want to slap his head off. But unfortunately, that's just not what they wanted to do with the game. The direction they chose was something more contemplative and more kind of like arty-farty, like. Never found the killer, no. I presume that will be in the third one, Jimmy Hors d'oeuvres. What's the link to the Geordie with the Seagate phone call, says Daniel Collins. The link there is the, if you Google Kowloon Sea Castle, and you'll get a channel called Jimmy Jesus, and he did that. And yeah, you don't see a timed out sesh message. What does that mean, saying, man? I don't know what that means. How is your nan, Jackie Moon? She was good the last time I checked. Any chance of the Legend of Dragoon? Never heard of it, man. Where I might have a look. Pawn, will you play the third one? Yeah, I fucking will. When that comes out, you can guarantee that I'm going to be on that like a hot snot. And that's not a fucking analogy I like to use, especially when I'm eating a breakfast roll. But it has to be done because I couldn't think of anything else. Plane simulator, I don't know. I'd love to do flight simulator and just fly from Knock to Dublin and Knock to Cork and Knock to Shannon, Knock to Donegal, all the airports of Ireland. Just do that, like. Do you know what? I'll fucking do that, Peter. I'll do that. Imagine the captain of the plane is Tommy Schlug. I'll ask Tommy Schlug. Will he do it? He'll just fucking crash. Imagine him taking off from Knock and just crashing into Claremorris. Pissed. Chinese year of the chemtrail. Matthew Hudson, good morning. Why so early? Why not? What's your finest dish, Benny B? I don't know. Curry or something. Fuck, Thai curry or an Indian jab. You're supposed to be working. Are ya? Says Ring a Doobie. Well, welcome to the galaxy. Francis, it's a lovely day outside. Would you not prefer a bit of spring sunshine? This is the prelude to the spring sunshine. I'm going to head out. I think I'm going to do some live plane spotting on such a beautiful day. It's going to be live. So I'll take the Boeing 747 phone out with me and do a bit of fucking streamage. The only thing is I can't prove to you with just the phone. Matthew Blunt, thanks very much for that. Good morning, and I hope you have a great day. I can't prove to you that the planes are going over. Like, I've got this flight radar thing behind me now, and I can show you what's coming and going, and we can keep track of them. But if I'm just like doing a live stream off the fucking phone in the middle of nowhere going, oh, look at that in the sky, oh, look at that one, it's like it's over and it's done. I think it might be shit. I think it might be shit. I mean, it will be shit. And it is cold, yeah, Steve Jennings, it is, yeah. Do you often get recognised in the wild? No. Very rarely. Do you know why? Because look at this. Look at the air traffic over this part of the world. Zilch. Yeah? We go here. Does that refresh? Well, I suppose it's not a big difference. You compare it to somewhere like here. There'd probably be more people recognising me in fucking London than there would be home. So it's like perfect. It's the perfect fucking place to be, man. It's fucking brilliant, like. Will Robinson, I have to unsubscribe. Well, hope you get on alright, Will. And it was great having you, buddy. And all the best with the rest of the day. Keep it fucking going. Keep the power turning. Keep the wheels turning. Best of luck with you. Scruffy, I'll be outside and I'll fucking show you I'll be outside. And then you'll be like, alright, you were outside, yeah. Congratulations, Jack Leno. Live from Knock Airport NGG. That's what it will be, yeah. Go shine lasers at planes. That'll show them. The Legend of Tommy Rash of Knock Airport. Ronan, no, never heard of it. Do you like black coffee? Nah. Milk?
Every cup of coffee needs a drop of milk, right?
When you gonna make more Hardy books? I don't make it. Congratulations. Congratulations. You're unemployed. You've made the best mistake of your life, Will. Best fucking mistake of your life. Why? Because of this cunt. Orlando, Chicago. Traveling to Dublin. Aer Lingus flight. EI. EL124. Would you ever think of doing an FAQ? Frequently asked questions, Pecan 62? No. What, just like where on the page, like, so it just answers everyone's questions? I don't know. That's like a business, is it? Why not go to the airport and ask a load of conspiracy questions? Do you believe actually going to fly in a plane? I would only, if I did that though, Steve, the guards would be called or some shit, because do you know the way people fucking start getting all like weird in airports? Like if anybody is acting weird and strange in an airport, it could be game over, like. I had my phone taken off me because I was taking pictures of the American flag in the Dublin airport, and the American guard, the cop, because it's American US soil in Dublin airport, the pre-clearance is US soil. And he came over, he's like, "What are you doing with your phone, sir?" It's like, I was taking a picture of the flag there. I didn't realize you're not meant to have your phone. "Give me your phone, sir." "What's the passcode for your phone?" I'm like, fuck. Do you need that? "What's the passcode for your phone? We need to see what you were doing." It's like, fucking hell. Like, they weren't going to let me on the flight otherwise. They took the phone, and it was like, I was a gnat's knacker away from not getting on the flight, and he didn't give a fuck. Fella did not give a fuck. And that's just taking pictures. So if you go around hassling cunts saying, "Oh yeah, you're not getting on a plane, man. It's fucking dangerous," and all this sort of stuff, you'll be kicked out the fucking gaff. We will be seeing me in the 6 o'clock news. Hey, anything for the content. Water of the coconut. Good morning. Check out the Denver conspiracy on YouTube. I might do, yeah. Why would you do plane spotting? Aren't you spooked that you might dox your address? Well, no, because like I don't live at Knock Airport. Morning, Goblin King. Barry, working for the Russians as well. Hey Viper, can you turn that plane back? Thanks. Nah, sorry, Will. Don't have that power, I'm afraid. London to Chicago is happening. You might be able to catch that now if you want to get yourself up to Killala, there, Will, and then do a jump. How far can you jump? Not high. White men cannot jump. I seen that film. Did you see that film? White men cannot jump. Fucking classic. Rory Harrelson and fucking Donald Glover. Listen to this shit advert.
Wouldn't it be great in life if the things you needed to do anyway came with the reward? Well, as a Super Value insurance customer, that's exactly what happens. You get great value on the car and home insurance you need anyway. Plus, you get rewarded with €50 in vouchers to spend in store. Get a rewarding quote now at supervalue.ie.
Flight to Cacktown, now boarding. That's flight to Cacktown. Are you sure you haven't got some Tom Hanks, the terminal situation going on at Knock? What's that, Michael? Did he just live? I've never seen that fucking film, actually. Does he just go and... Does he stay there and just live there, does he?
Thanks for listening this morning. Sean Marum was our broadcast coordinator. Cara O'Hare was on sound. The editors were Brendan Fitzpatrick and Lisa Pereira.
Aaron Hand.
In Britain, talks aimed at resolving the Brexit deadlock in Parliament are due to resume this morning.
Viper lives at the airport. Exposed. I have a vertical leap of 900 feet. Matty Blunt.
Direct talks between Mrs. May and Mr. Corbyn yesterday
Bruno, I'm in the Almira all week, man. Fontaine the Almira was a cameo for the Almira. Wesley Snipes. How are you, Helen? Good morning. It is a breakfast roll. It's gone now. Well, it's about to be demolished. Stay with me, Willie. Hey, watch me demolish this fucking breakfast roll. Oh, yeah. I remember hearing about that now, Michael. And does Tom Hanks play a foreign man, like a fucking Egyptian fella or something, is it? Tommy Schlug ASMR, Steve Jennings. Steve, were you here 10 minutes ago when somebody was saying do the fucking flight simulator? I remember David St. Patrick's cartoons there the last few days have been Tommy Schlug in a fucking air traffic control tower and another one in a plane. That would be hilarious, man. Like, he could just be flying from Knock to fucking Dublin and talking or reading a book or something, or... Look at this, man. Seattle. Grunge City. Kurt Cobain Town. Seattle to Paris, baby. Fucking Swinford to Canaf. The town of Swinford is really fucking buzzing with air traffic these days. Flight Schlugulator. Second camera unit, Mama Duck. Knock Airport, but he chooses the 1 a.m. without wheels. The sound of satisfaction crunching up an empty breakfast roll wrapper. Yeah, fuck it, man. Flight simulator as Schlug is the next thing. He's from a fictitious country that doesn't exist. He has a Slavic accent in the film. He's good as Hanks. You can't not like Hanks. Like, if someone was saying to me, I fucking hate Tom Hanks, you'd be like scratching your head going, trying to think of the things he's been in that have been like, where he's been a cunt. Or shit. Like, he's been in a lot of good movies. I know, like, they're popcorn classics, as Greg Turkington would say. But they are fucking good films. He hasn't been in a lot of shit, like. He'll be president one of the days, I'd say, of the USA. Oprah Winfrey or fucking Tom Hanks or Ryan Tuberty.
Good morning, all. This is Ryan Tuberty. It is Thursday morning, the 4th of April, 2019. At 9 we're here till 10 a.m. 51551 is the text number. You can email ryan@rte.ie. It's really, really cold. Very, very cold. And rather...
Not for you, man. You're in a nice, warm, fucking luxury office.
That's what happens in April. But let's move on to immediately to what we're talking about in the papers this morning. I suppose it's the cover photo of the Irish Examiner that catches my eye the most today. It's an uncredited photograph, I presume, because it looks like it was taken from someone's phone. And the point being that they are images. It's a series of 3 photos from the University Hospital Limerick trolley crisis. If you can imagine, just to try and paint...
Fuck that, man. There's too much depression going on at this time of the day. But it's 9:05. I'm going to have to head off and get outside. And if there is a plane later on, I might see it. I'll give you a shout. I'll give you a shout if I'm out there and fucking spotting planes. JFK to Manchester, Thomas Cook. Airbus A330. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Look at that Ballon lock. This guy's going to go into Roscommon. Let's have a look at him. Let's see this guy go into Roscommon. He's in Galway. He's in Galway. He's in Galway. Fucking hell, man. Just entered Roscommon like a fucking demon, man. No regard for the county of Roscommon. And look at this. Straight past Castle Coot. Not a bother on the cunt. Heading to Charles de Gaulle, yeah? He's making himself a little passage. Past passage. You couldn't make this shit up. Cobain dead for exactly 25 years today, and you're telling me there just so happens to be a flight heading out of Seattle. Read the fucking facts, okay? Why was there a plane leaving Seattle on the day Kurt Cobain had died? 25 years after he had died. Read the fucking facts. How long will it take to download Flight Simulator? That's the fucking thing. We might be flying later on, man. We'll be fucking flying it later on. Look at this cunt, man. Heading towards Lochray at 500 knots. He's fucking flying at the cunt. He's going over Lochray now. Make sure you throw a fucking apple at him or something, hey. Lochray was an inside job, man. Look at this. Fucking poor Lochray, man. No. Slug 2 when? Scootser. It's in the pipeline, man. I can't say any more than that. I'd love to say more, I really would, but I don't want to be getting fucking hopes up and then people been going like, oh, when is it out, man? And then like, I'm already fucking things up by telling you there's another one on the way, but that's enough. But I tell you something, Flight Simulator jab, Flight Schlugulator. Cargo looks. Flying from Orlando, Chicago to Maastricht in Holland or Belgium or Luxembourg or fucking one of those places. Connor Fowler, the plane is going from Seattle to Paris. Paris, the city of love. Courtney Love. Look at the facts. Pete Doherty did an interview there recently. It's gas. Francis Fodder. Where is it? Is he fucked up? Is he? If it's low-hanging fruit, we might give it a blast. No, I don't know. We'll have a look. Has Tommy a license to fly solo? No, he doesn't. And the closer he gets to an aircraft, the worse the chances of survival for everyone around him is, even if he's a passenger. He hasn't a license to fly, and the last time he did want to get on the air, he wasn't allowed to leave Knock because he was so fucked. And he was only getting the plane to Liverpool, like. He was going over to Aintree for the Grand National. Spud in mud. Snuff, please. I don't know, man. This ain't Live Leak, man. This is fucking live lies in the skies. 2019. Use your fucking eyes. Screggan Bog is going to get blasted by Seattle Love. Courtney Love's love letter to fucking Kurt on his 25th birthday. Bye-bye. Dead. Nirvana played on Cork 2 days before Nevermind was released. There was a second shooter at the gig. Yeah. It's time to move. It's time to move. London to fucking... LA to London is about to hit Mayo. Plane simulator where you try and land on Main Street in Swinford. I would love it if there were... like, how far away from an amalgamation of the whole map, Google Maps, and then the games world where, like... Fucking hell, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it? How much RAM would you need? You'd need a lot of RAM. Need a hell of a lot of RAM. Is this whole Google games machine gonna fucking work? Like, I mean, I know it's gonna work in the future as things progress and get better, but I mean, in the current thing, it just looks like it could be fucking rubbish. And how will that work for streaming if you're playing games online and then you're trying to fucking stream it as well? I suppose there are bigger questions facing humanity at the moment. And we'll all find out about that games machine in due course. On a Plane by Nirvana as well. Fucking hell, man. So you're telling me, right? You mean to tell me that there's a flight from Seattle to Paris, Seattle, on the 25th anniversary of Kurt Cobain's death? There's a plane that's flying from Seattle and it's going to Paris. Charles de Gaulle, Paris. Paris is the city of love. And he was going out with Courtney Love. And Nirvana had a fucking tune called I'm on a Plane. Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. Put the pieces together in your mind. Bell Mullet is about to be shook. Mark Shorthall says, I'll be on flight FR7055 from Malaga to Dublin at 3:20 if you're still streaming them. We might be, yeah. We might follow you, Mark. We might fucking follow you. Jim Morrison died age 27 in Paris. Yeah, I know, man. Fucking mental. Père Lachaise. I heard he was in the bath. He ran a bath. Fucking fell asleep or something. Doing the old fucking horse. Yeah, Troy Bird. Thanks very much, Troy Bird. You waiting for Skyview instead of Street View by Google Maps? Planning a plane job, are you, Francis? No, I'm not, but I mean, you do say that, and like, it didn't take much training for the 19 hijackers to do that. Like, it was just a few fucking flight lessons. I haven't been near 9/11 in a while. When it all happened, I was obsessed with it for a few years, and then it went away, and then 10 years later, the internet and all that, and you had that loose change and stuff and everything, and I didn't bother with loose change. I just thought it was all like, fuck it, man, conspiracy nuts and all that. And then about 3 or 4 years ago, I went into a big 9/11 fucking hole, man. Like, fell into it. I was an obsession. I was reading about it every day and listening to podcasts about it and everything, and it was fucking just mad, man. Like, what an event. Like, I know it was a spectacle and everything, but like, fuck me, man. Like, it was terrible. But I've never seen. We've never seen anything like it. And I do believe Marty Morrissey was involved. That's just a joke. Or is it? But what I was meaning to say there was it will happen again, because I do feel like I'm so interested in it and I'm obsessed about it that I had to step away from it like a drug, like it was a fucking drug that I was on. And I'll probably go back to it in a few years' time, 5 years' time, revisit it all again, read the whole fucking 9/11 Commission findings, reports. Tell you what, the one that really got me, man, was watching and listening to the flight record data from like air traffic control and NORAD and all that shit. And just like humans coming to terms with the unthinkable at that time in the moment is just insane. Like, movies have tried to replicate what that shock would be like, but I mean, they'll never capture that. There was a woman in NORAD who was like, got excited about the fucking sound when she goes, "Oh, this is real." She goes, "Oh my God, this is real work. Oh my God." Like, their jobs, like they were primed, their whole careers have been leading up to a moment coming like this where there was a major terrorist event. And like, she was fucking over the moon. And I bet you any money now she's like regrets it when she hears it played back, you know. Flat Earth, man. Flat Earth. Did you ever play Scare the Badger? What the fuck is that? You draw a badger and have to guess whether it was scared by a hunter, a farmer, or Marty Morrissey. I don't know, man. Jerry Adams and Ian Paisley did 9/11 to try start troubles elsewhere, said Scootser. 9/11 was sponsored by Louis Walsh. Jobby Jaws is after you. Will you be streaming Halo on the PC release, Fontaine? I don't know, is it coming out again, is it? Are they redoing it? Alex Ferguson had an obsession with JFK's assassination. He went as far as to request additional information from the US. Did he fuck? Are you serious? Alex Ferguson. Suppose he's a bit of a genius, like. Do you reckon Alex Ferguson was a genius, or did the chips just fall really well from him? You know? He was alright, I suppose. Can jet fuel melt slug beams? We don't know. Read inside the facts. We don't know. JFK was a horse. I never seen the Twin Towers personally. How can you know something happened if no one's seen it, you know? Think it's a job, man. Think it's a job? Not even an inside job. Beardsman MEP here. How are you? JFK wanted to end the Federal Reserve, so he got the blashed. He was a hard man. Not a joke, says Steve Jennings. Fergie loved JFK. Ryan Tubridy loved JFK. He wrote a book about him as well. I haven't read it. Don't think I will. He drank his genius in a ditch. Protestant hijackers. Liam, I hope to make them again at some stage, the All World News, but I mean, just not now. But I want to go out today now. I'm going to have to leave, and I might report from Knock Airport in a bit. There's a few flights coming into Knock soon enough, so you might get a live. Expect the unexpected is all I'll say. Look at the cheek of this fucker. Lax to London. Thinks he can just cruise over Clare Morris like it's no one's business. Thinks he can just fucking breeze into Brickens. If he thinks he can just come over here and breeze through Brickens, he's got another thing coming. What are the locals of Ranagard gonna say? Fucking Jesus Christ. Jesus. Right, knock. Departure, or landing. Now, are these landing or are these... Are these landing or are these... Yeah, there's a few there anyway. Right, I'll see you in a bit anyway. Brickens has Flanagan's, great pub. He'd better mind his manners. Lax by name, naughty by nature, sane man. Good morning to everyone. Hope you're all okay and it's a nice day outside even though it's freezing. And best luck. We'll see you in a bit. Keep her lit. Keep it fucking tubberdy.
Sound of email, but it struck a chord with me. Abusive relationships don't just happen in marriage, they happen every day in the workplace.